just fucked with my head because I just thought, I'm not looking forward to the game as much now.
Yes, and we are back. Don't gas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the rest of it. Yes, and we're here. Don't gas back again for another episode 7. Just go around the houses, although it's not going to take me that long today. Just the three of us today. We've got Blunt and, of course, JD.
Yes, sir.
How we doing, man? How we doing?
Yeah, man. All good.
All good. All good. I hope you chaps are all right.
Yeah,
Got the three mainstays tonight.
That's it. I don't think we've missed an episode yet. The three of us.
There we go. Yet.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, so consistency is key. Exactly. So yeah, what I do want to do is just apologies for Tiny Godfather and Trimmer tonight, who are at a listening party for an artist called Calix. Calix got a new EP coming out, and there is a listening party going on tonight, and they're both going to attend that. So look out for Calix, good young artist. I heard a couple of the tracks off his EP, and it's sounding good. So make sure you check that out. Okay, so today what we got? Got video games. At some point or another, I know we were all playing video games. Some of us probably still playing video games and lying about it, pretending they ain't, but I know they are really. But it started back in the day, and I always said our era we're just so lucky because we got to see it from the early stages and the development all the way up to today.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to talk about cassettes, cartridges, and discs. Because I just feel like people are so lucky these days. Things are so instant and you get everything now. The pain of having to load a tape cassette into your Commodore 64 tape recorder and waiting for that to load up. Hearing the fax machine. That's what it used to sound like, a fax machine, if you even know what a fax machine is, you youngsters. Do you think people are spoiled now, or do you think it's just a natural evolution of gaming?
100% they're spoiled, man. Like I said, like you said, the pain of having to like load it up, and sometimes it wouldn't even load. Like you sit there and wait, you know, and then it would crash. You know?
Yeah, then it crash. Yeah, start again. Do not pass go.
Oh man,
how they're spoiled, man. Not only that, I mean, slightly off topic, but even like the TV and that, like growing up, we had 4 channels. When they launched Channel 5, it was a big thing. You know
it
was. now these kids have got like, you know, cartoon channels where they're recording stuff. Like they can watch it 24 hours. Like growing up, it was like, you know, after school, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. And that, I feel that made it more special though, because you knew that was it for you for the day, man. Like, so it just made it more special when it come on them Saturday mornings. But going back to the way we used to load games, pros and cons of a tape cassette. We've spoken about the cons, about it taking for 15 minutes to load a game if we're lucky. The pros were easy to copy games. Very easy to copy games. You just got a tape-to-tape recorder and you just put a blank tape in and you just copy the game. Like, it was so easy to do things like that.
I think it depends on the quality of the stereo that you had, though, because most times you copy games, like, they wouldn't work. I mean, I don't know about for you, but you go home, you try and load it, and it just didn't work more often than not.
Nah, they work for me, man.
I didn't like. I like to say, like, I didn't get into gaming. Like, my first system was the NES. You know, the Nintendo with the flip lid with the big square cards and that. But it was we had neighbors that had a Commodore 64, and they used to go next door and play this like RoboCop game where you just like linear, just walk along this like block, and you could either shoot up at the window or like shoot straight forward. But like, just to go back to what you said about copying games, there, something that did occur to me when we were on about talking about this, right? I live in a very, very strange, unique part of the world, right? When the PlayStation 1 was out, I don't know whether it made it down to you guys. I think it went nationwide eventually, but up here, someone figured out that you could crack the PlayStation 1 up, bridge one motherboard to another for a slight chip in or have you, and then you could just play like copied CDs. That was when CD writers first came about. And like people were making a mint. It was like £3. So you'd pay someone out the local Gazette, come round, 20 minutes, fiddle about your PlayStation. You'd have like a container full of games, £3 a pop, you know, and then that was it. It was like, and then like one of my friends, shout Fishy, him and his dad bought a CD writer to like capitalize, and they had family down in Coventry. And in less than 6 months after this was the widespread thing up here, they went down to see the family in Coventry, and they took all these copied games or whatever, and they were just like they had no idea this was going on. Like I don't know what did you guys get like the chipped PlayStation 1 where you get like you pay for the
never had
Bugsy
one,
games?
but I knew people that had them though. Yeah.
It just seems like I live in a part of a world where like secret platforms, first place Middlesbrough, copied games, first place Middlesbrough. Like it's like how we are just born out of necessity, you know.
To be honest, I just had a straight PlayStation. I didn't have no copied games, no chip games. But I didn't even know you could do that, man. Like I just had a.
See what I mean?
Listen, let me tell you now, right? There was a game that we'll go into this another time, but Pez, right? When Pez first come out, one of my friends had his PlayStation chipped, and it had all the actual chants for each team. Like it's crazy. All you can do with it when it's chipped. But yeah, I knew about it, but I never had one myself, man. But just going back, so you said the NES was your first console.
First one.
So you were control pad.
I was control pad and the duck hunt gun.
Yeah, that's right, the duck hunt gun. Joystick, man. If you're a gamer, pause. If you're a gamer, you're not a gamer until you can use a joystick. Pause. Okay. Them things there were so much harder to use.
Listen, when your joystick don't work, you got to use the keypad. You got to use the keyboard, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That rapid fire that you used to get on the joysticks and the little button, because it had a button as well. That was tough, man. There were some games on there though. There's some good games. Target Renegades. I don't know if you ever played that. Target Renegade, Yar Kung Fu. That was another one we used to play. Commodore 64. But yeah, do you remember with the cartridge games when they wouldn't load?
Yeah, you take
make it look like you're playing
until you were blue in the face.
Yeah, man. You know what it is? There'd always be someone who had the magic touch as well. Like my brother Matthew, he always seemed to get them working. I don't know why.
How weird is that? Yeah, you could blow it all day. Pause. You could blow it all day, and then someone would just walk in and go, perfect.
Done. Yeah. Done.
Yeah. But it's like JJ was saying there, it's like you could try for like 40 minutes and then it eventually like moved to the whatever the next screen was where it was like the inkling and like, oh, yes, it's worked. And then it just gets to the load and it's gone, filling that little bar, and all of a sudden it just stopped. And then like just out of pure hope, you would sit there way longer than you should have done, like in a sane mind. And then after like another like 10, 15 minutes as I moved, I just admit defeat. And then it was like, oh, and then these consoles, they had a power button and a reset button. And you were like, oh, what the fuck is that for? Like, you know, like reset still doesn't work.
Speaking of which, 3 lives, no continues. That's the other thing. That was the killer.
No memory cards, no saves.
No memory cards, no nothing. And I remember playing, there was a game called Life Force Salamander. It's like a shoot 'em up game. And man, you'd be on it for ages, trying to get to the last level, hoping and praying that you don't die. You're on 1 life. And yeah, that was a killer. And then you finally die and you just see the countdown. Tick, 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 gone. Game over, finished.
But that's what it is, isn't it? That's what it is now with games. Obviously, the format of games now is obviously if you're playing something like you say, like an open world sandbox game or a more or less linear game that's like Uncharted. You know, you die and then you'll start from like the start of that like scene of the story, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but like you say, back in that day, but that feeds into what we were saying about how everything's on demand and at your fingertips. Like, you know, it's like you're saying on about TV back in the day. You had 4 channels, and TV was like a finite resource, and it was all very evenly split. You know, like you'd have the shows that like your mum would like, the shows that your dad would like, and then that might bleed in like with the football. But then you had your cartoons at set times, and like everybody knew what time whatever faction of the household would be sat in front of the TV, so other people could get on with other shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that helped. That helped to like structure home life. But like you say, now everything's at the touch. I mean, look, certain stuff like PlayStation now. You can now just stream a catalog of like however like 10,000 games without owning them. Do you know? Like you pay a subscription fee. Like I feel like playing that.
Games and TV, games, TV, everything's on there. Which brings me to the next point. We're gonna do console wars. Nintendo versus Sega. This would be interesting to see what it was you lot used to play. So let's start at the beginning. NES versus Sega Master System. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I had a Master System. You had the NES, right? Why the NES? Why did you go for the NES rather than the Master System?
I got the NES because my next door neighbor at the time had the NES, and that was the only console I played on. And obviously, do you remember like it was a case of like you'd have to swap games and borrow games. You remember? I remember something else as well. Just a little side point with the Nintendo NES cartridges, the big grey things like that. They used to have the little black plastic sleeves that would go in.
Yeah, so I remember.
That didn't stop the dust. But with certain titles, like if you got a Mario game or something like that, then they'd have like a black up, have the Nintendo print up front, and you'd lend your friend the Mario with the Nintendo sleeve. And when it come back, it was just had a plain sleeve on, and you'd just get next to that. Like, you know, like, can I have my official sleeve back, please?
Yeah, seeing that again, man. What about you, JD? What did you have?
My brother had the Nintendo, but I don't think I had a Master System. I had a computer. Is it Amstrad?
CPC 464. You know how jealous I was of my friend. You remember Michael Giles, right? He had one of them, and I was so jealous because it came with a little screen in it. You get a little screen with that one, man. I had to plug mine into the TV.
I also like Michael Giles. He probably had the color screen, but me, I had the green screen one still. Like
I can't remember. I remember this mummy game on there. There was like a mummy game on there. Do you remember that?
I can't remember. I had Batman and those kind of games. But listen, the green screen was good enough, man. Like my friends used to come around, but we'd be in there with a joystick for hours. Like, pause. Like, can I look at what, man?
Do you know what? You're right though, because I'll tell you what, Fizzy, like you say, that green screen did you. Do you know what? Because what you realise now is like, as a kid, your imagination fills in gaps that your mind doesn't do now. So when you look at clips now of like you say, like, do you remember when Pez was ISS International Superstar Soccer, or you looked at like early fighting games and that? When you look at those graphics now, and you're like, what the fuck? Because to you back then playing it was 4K, clear as day. You know, you just laugh and like, look at the graphics on this. Look at the graphics on this. Like, it's a square with a circle on top, and that's your player, mate. Like, you know, like,
yeah, man.
That.
Listen, what else was I going to say? Master System. It came with 2 built-in games as well,
and one of them was a classic. It was Alex the Kid.
Alex the Kid, man.
Paperboy. But Alex the Kid, you know, used to do the rock paper scissors.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is that the right one? Yeah. I used to love that game.
Bro,
I think the third version was the best. It was Alex the Kid, Wonder Boy, and Monsterland. That one there, I played that for hours. That game, man. That game was so good.
Bro, listen, I just want to digress quickly. Let's like when I look back here, we should play the Game Boy. Remember the Game Boy?
We're gonna get to the Game Boy. By the way, we are gonna get to the Game Boy. Just a moment. Yeah. Don't worry, man. It's coming. It's coming.
That game, Mike Tyson Punch Out. Like, listen, I used to sit and play that game for hours as well.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
Like, there's no way you could sit and play that game now. Like, you look at it like the.
Do you know what as well? Jay? When you're about playing it for hours, like you don't really get it now because obviously we're all men now and we've all worked and we've all done labour and stuff. But when you're a kid, you know, like you have them soft hands And you'd sit on a game for like hours on end, and then all of a sudden you'd look and you had that big blister on your thumb there from like how hard you've been playing the game. I mean, like obviously we're all calloused up to fuck now, but like you just like you say, like, oh god, I'm out for 3 weeks with a bit of PlayStation thumb.
That's called a button bashing thumb, bro.
No.
Let's not joking on it.
I never really had that, man. I won't. Yeah. Anyway, cool.
All right,
No,
let me move on.
go on.
SNES versus Mega Drive. What was better?
Mega Drive for me. Mega Drive.
No way, man.
Like, I had a Mega Drive in it. I was always Sega in it. Like me, I'd get Sega. My brother would get Nintendo in it. So like we had both. So he had the Super Nintendo or SNES, whatever. I had Mega Drive, but I don't know, man. Like,
there's some good games on the Mega Drive though. Shinobi was a bad game. That was a bad game. Shinobi. Do you remember World Cup Italia '90? Is it World Cup where you got the bird's eye view and you just see the big shoulder pads running around?
But that was like born from it was born from Kickoff. Kickoff was one of the PlayStation games on the NES. It was just the bird's eye view and the thing like like the big letters go.
What's that game? Yeah. Okies. Remember we played the game at Oki's house? Was it Striker?
Striker, or was it Sensible Soccer? No,
Striker, man. Like you could run up to the wing, you could cross it in, you could always do the bicycle kick into the far corner. Like you don't remember that one?
Striker. I remember the
name, but I can't remember the game, man.
I remember Adidas Power Soccer, where you do the Predator kick. Remember Adidas Power Soccer?
I don't remember that, man.
Adidas Power Soccer, you do the Predator kick. This was before, though. This was before FIFA took over. That was towards the arse end of consoles, I believe. So you had I think with the first one was FIFA International Soccer was 94, 95. It was only international teams. That was the one where you put a foul in, and the referee, if you just ran away from the referee when he's chasing you for a booking, you could just do that until the fucking power went out. But and then that's when it branched out.
The view was diagonal view, innit? It is a weird view as well, man.
Yeah, you used to get motion sickness off it, innit? You know, it's but on about them two, something I don't do often. I sit on the fence with you, but like I said, I went from the NES and I played a bit of I think it was the Master System too, with my friends, and I went from the NES to the Mega Drive 2. You remember, because there was a 16-bit, then a 32-bit, and the Mega Drive 2 was the black with the 2 red buttons on it. And then you had games like Road Rash. Remember Road Rash on the motorbikes? So you did it with the chains and that. Sega Rally. Afterburner, where you in the fighter jet? Afterburner?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a sick game. Obscure ones.
Altered Beast.
Stop, right? Stop the game, right? Because I was literally just about to say there, a bit of an obscure title. I don't know whether you played it. Altered Beast, where you used to switch and it was between sort of heaven.
Power.
I believe you just said that.
I played that in the arcade before I ever played it on a console.
Altered Beast was.
But let me counter with some SNES games now, because for me, arguably the best platform game ever, Super Mario World, man. Super Mario World. It was so good, man. That game was so good. Took so long to complete as well, man. And there were all these little secret areas, and that game was sick, bro.
Because you couldn't save it, but I think I'd had my fill of Mario on the NES. But when I played
could you save it? No, you
couldn't
get memory cards.
Forget Mario
for the NES.
Listen, man.
No, SNES. I didn't say NES.
No, I'm saying I had my fill of Mario on the NES. But one of the better games I played on my friend's SNES, because I had the Mega Drive at that point, was Donkey Kong. Couldn't get enough of Donkey Kong. Loved that game.
JD, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say when the first Sonic the Hedgehog first came out, bro. Come on, everyone was playing that, man. Everyone, Sonic.
Can I let you into a little secret? Say it 2 days ago, the original Sonic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. Played it 2 days ago, man.
Yeah, I was straight Mega Drive. Like I said, my brother he got the Nintendo consoles. I got anything Sega like Mega Drive and that. So yeah, man. I got Mega Drive.
I always think Street Fighter was better on the SNES though.
Probably, yeah.
And the controller as well. That's what I didn't like about the Mega Drive. Some beefy controller, man. I didn't like it. I preferred the SNES, man. Nice, easy to hold and pause.
Yeah. It wasn't very. What's the word? Ergonomic.
No. Next one, Nintendo Game Boy versus Game Gear. Do you remember the Game Gear?
Yeah, Game Boy,
The
man.
Game Gear.
What? No!
Nah,
This is
bro.
why I give Sega his props. The
It was in
Game Gear.
colour,
Do you
the
ever play
game.
Shinobi on the Game Gear? Where you got
Shinobi.
the four different Shinobis.
You know,
Hey.
I'll be honest,
Shinobi on the Game Gear, bro.
I didn't play much on the Game Gear, like, but we had Game Boys, isn't it? Like, and everyone had a Game Boy, so like, used to trade games, borrow games. Like Game Gear, not that many people had it.
Yeah, there was a couple of people around my way who had one, man. Color as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
But
colour
there was
and bigger
some
screen.
classic games on the Game Boy. Remember the wrestling game, Joe? JD, remember the wrestling game?
Yeah.
That was sick, man.
Was it Superstars of Wrestling or something like that? Is that what it was called?
Was it
something like
WrestleMania?
that. No, I'm not talking about that one. That was on there, but there was a wrestling game before that, I think, that was on there. I'm sure there was. Yeah, there was, because there were characters that I didn't know who they were, and I knew the WrestleMania characters. So no, there was 2 wrestling games. The WrestleMania one come later, I think.
Isn't it mad though? Now we've got smartwatches that would power them games better than the purpose-built, like handheld consoles, like back in the day. Like,
mad, isn't it? Yeah, man. So what are we saying on the whole? Sega or Nintendo? Who won the battle out of the 2?
well, all I would say is, and if you look at what came after the, like, because obviously the big hitters when you had the Mega Drive and the SNES, and then it started moving. Sega started moving towards like disc games. They brought something out called the Mega CD, where your console would sit on it, and that didn't take off.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
the Dreamcast.
Nintendo. No, this is before the Dreamcast, mate. You go back, look it up. They had something called the Mega CD. So you had the Mega Drive, and it was the Mega CD, and it was like a platform. Your CD in that side, you had your Mega Drive sit on the other side of it, and it never took off. But that's when Nintendo decided to stick about with the cartridges, and then they sort of like just smashed the game with the N64.
Mm.
But then Sega didn't really. The Dreamcast I had, it was Sega Saturn, and then the Dreamcast after
Sega
it.
Saturn.
I had a Sega Saturn. I'll be honest.
Yeah, to be honest,
Pretty shit, to be honest.
I think after the Mega Drive, I didn't get anything Sega after that, so I'll probably have to go with, I'd say, Nintendo one personally.
Well, where is Sega now, man? Sega's done.
Exactly.
So Nintendo obviously won.
All right, let's move on to friendship enders then. There's a few games that we could have done there, but we're gonna do GoldenEye. I know, JD, it might not have been one of your favorite games, but
no, we used to play it. Like, we used to go to my friend Richard's house and like we used to play that game for hours, like GoldenEye. Like, you know,
that 4-player split screen.
Like, listen, you know, one guy's got that golden gun, he's taking everyone out, man. He's just getting annoying. Like,
yeah, that golden gun was horrible.
Do you know what it was, right? Like GoldenEye on the N64, right? You'd all get together. And there was always a bunch of years. I mean, every now and again you play it with a friend, and it's like split screen when you had that four split on the screen. And then, like I say, our rules when we were playing was no one was allowed to pick odd job because he was too small of a target. You couldn't pick odd job; that was cheating. Yeah, you couldn't have the proximity mines where you just like stick it on a corridor, run away, and then set it off with your watch. And you couldn't have that mad laser gun. Remember the blue laser gun that used to shoot through the metal doors? But the wars that it caused, like, and especially if there was just 2 years, because you just have the top, like the split screen, just top and bottom. We went to lengths where you'd get like a bed sheet and like sort of mask and tape it along the seam in the split screen across the thing, and then like put it over a chair. And then like one person would sit underneath, like just looking at their side, and the other person look over, because like when you'd shoot someone coming around the corner out of nowhere, that fucking tantrums, like he's screen watching, yo, let's go. Thinking back, you're like, how am I not meant to screen watch? Do you know what I mean? It's in my peripheral, I know these levels inside out. I know you come around the corner, but I think GoldenEye on the N64, the multiplayer version, is up there as possibly one of the most important video games that ever existed.
Just going to stop you there just very quickly, because we've had loads of comments, and apologies if you sent comments in and I haven't put them up yet. So I'm doing the behind the scenes myself today. So So we've got a few comments here. Gripper 008 mentioned before, or Commodore 64 when we were talking about that. He also remembers the CPC 464, one of Jawad's consoles. One comment that I've seen here that how the hell did we forget this?
Yeah, Golden Axe.
How did we forget Mario Kart? Golden Axe and Mario Kart. I don't know how we forgot those games.
I was going to mention Mario Kart. We were on about Donkey Kong, but I was just very excited.
But wasn't
sorry to digress, but I just wanted to make sure we got these comments shown anyway. So Gripper 008, thank you. Tom Furlong, thank you for the comments. Yeah, so just going back to it then. GoldenEye. Listen, certain times, like it depends who else was playing, but like, I was never the best at GoldenEye, but I was okay. But if I had certain people that would be on that game, man, I would just literally go find a corner and wait and just pick people off. As soon as I see someone running, I'm trying to shoot. Yeah.
Nah, I got no time for you, bro. Got no time for you. It's different on like Call of Duty now, you know, like because you've got your snipers, you've got your runners and gunners with the shotguns and that. I like the stealth elements of games. So when I play Call of Duty online, and it's not very often because it's just demoralizing getting done by a 9-year-old. Pause. Right.
Definitely pause that, man.
But obviously there is like sort of setups where you know you can just like sit like fire in the map and just snipe and whatnot. But nah, camping wouldn't have been allowed. That would have been a friendship ender if you just chilled behind a crate. What was the level where you're on a ship? Were you on a ship like a container ship or like a naval frigate or something? And then
I remember that. Yeah.
All the corridors looked the same, and that you'd have all the little boxes stacked up. So if you just had that one little twat that would just sit there, which sounds like you, would be fair when you say like that one little twat just sit behind the box, and as soon as any one of the 2 or 3 players were patch just fucking pound, you're like, I've got no time for that.
Yeah, that was me, bro. Just hiding or waiting. I don't care, especially if I know someone's got the golden gun. No. One shot kill.
We used to ban that shit. Did you on a different note? Did you actually like play through and complete that game on the single player mode? It was epic, wasn't it, for the time? For the time it came out, and that's another thing as well. When you go back and look at the graphics, like at the time, you were looking at, for all intents and purposes, Pierce Brosnan. But when you go back now, it is just like a face that looks like a fucking Tesla Cybertruck, like you know, with like a couple of eyebrows on it and that. Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like as a child, your mind fills in the gaps.
For the time, amazing. Like that's what you used to think, innit? But wow, GoldenEye, that four-player split screen, that was the one for me. That so many arguments and fights broke out because of GoldenEye, man.
Do you know what, bro? Right. So what we're going back to here, 2008, 2009. Well, I've been about 22, 23, 24. So you remember Crutch, yeah? So me and Crutch were sharing a house, and it was just one of them moments. I think it was PlayStation 3 was the generation of PlayStation it was out at the time. We had the PS3 with all the whatever latest games was. And we were just sat there one night, just having a few drinks. We were talking about video games, and like we started reminiscing over GoldenEye. So we literally just like went on eBay, bought an N64 that came with about 100 games that we didn't want, and then went on somebody else's like shop and paid more for the GoldenEye cartridge than we had done for the N64 with like 4 pads. And literally, we got it and we played it for about. Well, not 2 weeks solid.
You realize you could have bought one of them. You could have bought one of them USBs. Like my cousin's got a setup where he's got one of them, but he bought also like this. It's like a desk, and it's got two joysticks in it, like proper arcade joysticks and that. And you can play off any of the old consoles, any of the games, bro. Like you could have just done that. It would have been better.
They didn't exist 17 years ago, mate.
You could have. I'm sure they would have. I'm sure you could have got something like that. But anyway,
from it.
Anyway, you're saying 17 years ago. You're talking about a game that's a lot older than that. A lot older.
That's what I'm saying. We're doing it for a bit of nostalgia, but like I say, it cost us a pretty penny.
I'm just gonna say, because there's only the 3 of us on today, we're a little bit kind of ahead of time. So I'm gonna actually drop a little something into the discussion now, just to see where this conversation goes. First of all, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Right, PES or FIFA?
Here we go.
PES or FIFA? Who wants to go first on that one?
Do you just want to go while I stretch off of you, all right?
I mean, to be honest with you, like I'd say Pro Evolution Soccer, like originally that got played a lot more, you know what I'm saying? But then FIFA obviously improved and took over. But if I'm gonna have to say one of the other, you're gonna have to say FIFA because it's lasted longer. It's it's played more. But initially, like Pro Evo Soccer had a hell of a run, though. But,
Okay. What are your thoughts on this? I'll go after you, Jimbo. You go first, bro. Let me let you have your piece because I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna air you out. Like that's.
You think you
So
are?
like I know for a fact, right? Like I say, when I was younger, I got the chip PlayStation. When the guy came round my house to mess about with the PS and chipped it, and he went, "Do you want to buy any games?" And I think like I had £3 left over my pocket. I bought like the latest FIFA release was FIFA World Cup '98. So I was a FIFA person at that point. Fishy, who I've mentioned earlier on, him and his brother used to play ISS Pro, right?
Yeah,
This is
ISS.
before it was PES one, in Japan it was like winning 11, right? And you just knew, like, and obviously like the names, it was like novelty, wasn't it? Like you didn't have the real names or anything, there was no license. But you just knew as soon as you picked that up and played it. And I remember like when you play with Brazil, you could clearly see it was R9, but I can't remember what his like PUBG name was. But like when that ball went over the top and you seen the animation where it's like the lob through ball, and that animation where they'd stretch, R9 used to stretch and just drop it on his toe in his stride. And then you knew you were playing something different. And then when PES started, like obviously one like the comment there, Bizzle PES 6, which was I think it was
PES 3 and PES 6, he said.
Adrian. I think it was Adriana wanted, but that little like, but the gameplay between the two was just night and day. And do you know what it is as well? And playing it, and even to this day, like I know everything's been rebranded now, and like to be honest, like a bit, like let's have a moment as well to like just recognize the fact that like FIFA isn't FIFA anymore, and PES isn't PES anymore. You've got like eFootball and FC 25, 26, or whatever. Yeah. So like it's completely changed. But the one thing that PES, ISS, Winning 11, eFootball, whatever you want to call it, always had over FIFA was a grasp of physics, right? The natural physics of what is represented in real life, right? And I'm not saying it's exactly spot on in real life, but how close it was. If you were on FIFA, you could have a player running away from goal at an angle on their weaker foot. And we all know from playing football, if you're going away from the target, you have to throw your weight and try and get something behind it. And you'd still fucking laser one in the far top corner. Whereas on PES, obviously, you had that thing where they run away on the weaker foot and try and do a shot. They'll squiff it and fall over. Like the trajectory of the free kicks. No, none of this like arrow where it's showing these like children like, the exact like trajectory of the ball. Like, no, you didn't have that. Like what you had is you had a view over the player's shoulder, and by the stance of where he stood up at the ball, you could tell how much whip was going to get on it, and you had to judge that. And as well, the way the actual engine of the game works. You watch a game of football, and it might be, like you say, someone like Middlesbrough against, I don't know, a recent example, Spurs in the FA Cup a couple of years ago. Now, we should have got tonked in that game. We didn't, right? Because you see the natural ebb and flow of a football game. When teams are under the cosh, you start seeing players taking bad first touches. You start seeing passes being overhit, underhit.
I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you.
And that is worked into the mechanics of PES and eFootball. Now, you have to gain control of the game in order to actually execute what you want to do.
We know, and this is what I'm going to stop you. I don't think we're in disagreement on this current panel of PES being the better game. I personally think it's always been the better game. I was never a FIFA guy. I was always an ISS guy. In my house, it was ISS and it was PES. Okay, all the way through. Back in the Babangida days, where Babangida would be tearing down the wing. Listen, hey, but you have to concede when something then becomes better, because what FIFA started to do is they started to base their game more on the way PES looked and the way PES was played. And if you ask my opinion right now, what's the better game? Because I know they're called eFootball and they're called EA25 now, but it's
still PES and FIFA.
All right? FIFA's taken over again. It's taken over. It's way more realistic. It's way more like the game. It is not as easy to score as it used to be. You actually have to work for your goals, which is like one of the things that I used to love about PES is the fact you had to work for your goals. You weren't just scoring. But FIFA now is like that. I'm telling you. And I had both FIFA and eFootball. I don't even touch eFootball, bro. I'll be honest.
But on what you're saying there, right? Like, how long has it taken them to grasp that fact and catch up? Do you know what I mean? It's like, just because they've finally caught up to where things are a pinnacle, but don't get too disarmed with the eFootball thing. I know we've had conversations about this, because you were always a PES guy, and it shocked me when I went on the PS5 and I seen you were playing like FC25, and I was like, do you know what I thought? Do you know what I thought? I thought you just let the young'un on your login. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to believe it.
No. You know what
it was like losing a soldier. Like,
you know what it is, yeah. FIFA now wouldn't be what it is. EA25 wouldn't be what it is without PES. But the problem with PES is it didn't evolve. It didn't evolve. Not enough work was put into it. Not enough upgrades were made to it. Not enough evolution in the game. And that's why it fell down, in my opinion.
And do you know why that is? And I know I'm going to put my fucking geek cap on here, right? And like you were saying there,
no, we're not getting into all that, man. We're not getting into all that. We've got time for the spinneroonie now.
No. Let me just say this quick, right?
No, we're not getting into all that.
It was the underdevelopment of the engines.
No.
Wait till the Fox engine is finished. Wait till the Fox engine's finished. It's going to be game over.
This is a movie. Me moving it on now, man. Spinneroonie, right? Unfortunately, we have had some technical difficulties with the Spinneroonie this week. I've actually got it on a screen over here, and I'm going to spin it, and you're going to have to trust me when I tell you where it lands on. So, apologies. It is now spinning. I'll just let you know. Yes, I'm so glad it landed on that one. And wallahi, I'm not lying. Wallahi, I'm not lying. Beat 'em ups. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or Tekken? JD.
Street Fighter.
Why? Why Street Fighter over the other two? Didn't you play the other two?
Yeah, but I played Street Fighter more and played it for longer, man. More games like.
Which version?
Was it Street Fighter 2? And then the one with the blue screen? Like.
Tekken was a game, though, you know.
Huh?
Tekken was Tekken was a bad boy game.
I didn't really play Tekken. I mean, what was it on? Like,
what was it on?
I was just about to say there. It was you had Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, which were the sort of Sega versus the Nintendo, the sort of cartridge flash. Tekken came on the PlayStation 1. That was one of their like flagship titles with like.
Yeah, I didn't really play Tekken.
That was one of their flagship titles, one with like Destruction Derby and stuff like that, like on the first things. But like Tekken, Tekken was good, but it would never ever measure up to like the first time you played. Like, we all played Street Fighter first, and when Mortal Kombat came out, and Mortal Kombat through.
No, I mean, I didn't really play Tekken, but like Street Fighter for me, like Street Fighter, I'd say Street Fighter, then Mortal Kombat, then Tekken.
What?
Because
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Let me see why. I'm gonna say
go on.
Because like I said,
bad.
with Street Fighter Mortal Kombat, like I remember going into arcades, like putting your 30p in or your 20p, playing Street Fighter, getting all the way through it. You know what I'm saying, on one credit.
And then getting beat by M. Bison.
Do you want to read the comment, by the way?
Personally, I'd beat him. But like Tekken, nah, man. Like, I didn't play it like that. Like, was it in arcades? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I didn't.
That's literally what I'm just saying. I think Tekken came to the party when it was just a case of. I think it was too small a market to force into, because, like you say, you had Street Fighter. And then when Mortal Kombat came out, Mortal Kombat was a strange one, because if you remember rightly, the first time you turned Mortal Kombat on, even though, like you say, we're going back to the old school consoles, Street Fighter was obviously a very sort of like cartoonistic arcade background with arcade characters and like obviously the effects and lights and that. Do you remember when you first seen Mortal Kombat, just seeing it, and it was like the actual characters looked more lifelike? So in effect, it looked like real people on a green screen, if you know what I mean. They looked more realistic.
That's exactly
in
what
comparison.
they were.
The background, yeah, and like
Yeah.
that was groundbreaking, and as well. And do you know what it was like? We didn't have the internet back in them days, so if you were one of these fucking kids, and I don't know, there whereabouts, and I don't know how they done it, but you had that one kid that knew all the finishing moves. So
No one knew all the finishing moves. No. That's why I didn't like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat finishing move, when it's finishing, like you got to have a piece of paper there with all the commands written on it. If anyone tells me they knew how to do anyone's finishing move other than Scorpion, you're lying. You're lying. Scorpions was just easy. Like, nah, man. And then you had Fatality, you had Babality, you had Animality, and all. What is all this? It's ridiculous. Yeah. Ridiculous. So for me, Mortal Kombat's the last one. Tekken was way better than Mortal Kombat.
Is it ridiculous, though, as having a bonus level where a giant Japanese man beats up a Honda Accord for points?
Yeah, that's true.
With his bare hands.
Do you remember Pit Fighter? Do you remember a game called Pit Fighter?
Pit Fighter was quality.
Yeah, that was before
my mind, mate. Pit Fighter was actually. Do you know what? Now you said that. What was like one of the main guys in Mortal? Was it Liu Kang? Was one of the better guys in Mortal Kombat? Yeah. Wasn't he ripped off one of the guys out of Pit Fighter? Pit Fighter used to be fluid, didn't it? When you put the combos together, it was
brutal, man. Yeah.
Pit Fighter, I can't believe like JD's saying all the beast, and you're saying Pit Fighter. Fuck, I'm going on eBay and ordering a Pit Fighter.
And again, with Pit Fighter, it was like a green screen effect. It was like they were animated properly. Did you ever play that, JD? Pit Fighter? Nah. Right, man. Where were you?
Like I said,
where were you, man?
I was straight Pro Evo Soccer and FIFA. Like I wasn't really playing like other games. Like when those games come out, because remember, like I played in a place where there'll be a lot of guys there playing in it. So like it's like winner stays on. Like we didn't really want to play other games. Like everyone's like waiting for their turn, and you had to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't really playing other games. It was like straight football games. Winner stays on.
We didn't play like GTA or nothing like that, no.
Yeah.
Remember GTA, the old school one with all the bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. Boom. Yeah.
But I play that like if I was at home, like home alone.
On your own.
Not if I'm with a lot of people. Like GTA is a game you have to play by yourself. Or if
because I know what you're saying there, bro. Because if
it's just me and my brother, then we could play GTA like you're taking turns or whatever. Like, but if there's a whole load of people, man, you can't play that, man.
But regardless of like how many was there, if you had like a group, then obviously whatever the game might be, whether it be like say FIFA, PES, Street Fighter, the winner stays on format was the only way to ensure everyone got a goal, wasn't it? But then, like you say, when you had your actual games, like you say your Marios or your GTAs and stuff like that, was stuff like you couldn't do a life each. Or like I think one thing we used to do was like on the first like couple of GTAs that they like. You'd basically get as many stars on your wanted level as you possibly can. You know what I mean? It's like basically just go on a rampage till you got 5 stars, and then however long you could outrun the police for, and then it'll like switch you over. Do you know what I mean? But like the thing is, like your GTAs or stuff like that, we've mentioned obviously your PES, your FIFA, your Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that, and then Call of Duty, and another one like from the first one to the 7th one, I'm like. Just more than balls deep, and now Gran Turismo, like literally these titles stick about, and you can renew them forever because they're just brilliant. It's as simple as that. And at any given time or another, these game studios have always been guilty of putting a duffer out in the midst of it all. But you stick with it, don't you? But
well,
do you know what it is? I'm a fully grown man, and I love video games, and I will play them till the day I die. Do you know why?
We're from that era. That's why we're from that era. That's what it is. I know JD's got a different opinion these days, but that's because he has to do what he's told, isn't it? But anyway, listen. Hold on. I just want to drop in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Go for it.
Sorry, Bizzle dropped a comment, and when we were talking, they mentioned something called Hyper Fighter.
I don't.
You remember that? Hyper Fighter with the 10-star hack?
Nah, don't remember that, man.
That was
must be an island thing, isn't it? I don't remember that, man. Anyway, listen. Any last thoughts, last words before we sign off? I feel we've covered quite a lot today. Listen, there's so much more we can cover. But
Oh,
you know,
you've got to revisit such a broad,
we'll
like,
revisit
such a
it.
broad
We'll
subject.
revisit it. Definitely.
But look, like I say, FIFA wouldn't be what it is without Pez's pedigree. It's as simple as that. Pez will always be king. And do you know what? Actually, I said I was going to air you out. I'm going to just sneak this in at the end, right? When we first became friends, and it was like one of them things that's like, I like Pez. Oh, I like Pez too. So, admit this right now, right? You used to go in as an Arsenal fan, right? Now, I remember you saying this to me, right? You openly admitted you went into the game edit, and because you had, well, whether you did or didn't, had this like hyperinflated like vision of Arsenal, you said to me you went in and hyped up the full Arsenal squad stats, you know, stuck a couple of points on everything.
Of
and
course
made
I did, man. That was from my Master League, bro.
Yeah, and you went, no, it wasn't Master League because it was on the raw game version. You went, because in my opinion, like basically Konami just haven't made Arsenal as good as they are.
They get it wrong all the time.
I'll be picking Middlesbrough, and you be on this fucking like Arsenal team full of spinach, and then you go like I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
hang on, let me just put this in. My brother Matthew, right? And I have to mention this before we sign off. Yeah, you know what he did? Yeah, he kept beating everybody with Ukraine, bashing everybody, every single game easily. And we didn't know what's going on. We're just thinking this guy's just too sick of this game. And then one day I looked at the names of the players. I'm like, man, why is all the players' names in capitals, man? And then I went in and I saw it, but he 99'd every single player in the team, bro. Like, anyway, man, listen, this has been
one more thing. Like, it's like,
go on.
Pro Evo Soccer. It was that game where, like, no matter where you was, or like remember, I was living in Morden, and I think we had a party or something, like, and people came over.
I was there. Do you remember Silly who challenged me?
Yeah. I remember.
I had a PlayStation in my room. And I think it was some of Kay's friends. Like they must have come in, like, saw the PlayStation. Like, well, you play Pro Evo? What do you mean? Do I play Pro Evo? Put it on, just started heating those guys up. It's just one of those games that, like, no matter where.
Anyway, let's leave it there.
Just one thing.
Over. It's been nice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. We'll be back with another episode, and we'll definitely revisit video games, and you'll get to say everything you want to say. Thank you. It's been a pleasure, everybody.